Good morning, good people. This is your PooleProof wisdom moment. You know, this world right now has all of us running amok, trying to figure out how to prepare for a future that is unknown, that is uncertain, how to even make arrangements for each actual day that we walk into, because we never know what's going to happen. And we get ourselves terrifically frustrated about it because one thing that's true about us humans, we love to have an understanding of what comes next. But when is that really even possible? None of us can predict the future. None of us can control all of the outcomes and the experiences that we will have. So even trying sometimes seems like a effort in futility. And it really is. You've got to learn to do that old biblical things that people have always talked about, which is to let go and let God when it comes to these things. The future is for us to experience if we're lucky enough to be able to do so. It is not for us to control. These types of behaviors and thoughts often bring me to a point where I get a little bit frustrated with folks sometimes because all of this emotion, all of this angst, all of this anxiety that goes into being overly concerned about what's going to happen next were only ratcheted up because of COVID and the now once pandemic that's now an endemic is still getting people to lose their ish all the time. Frustration, how tired they are, the emotional toll. And some of us, it's taking a deadly toll as people just get fed up and take their own lives, which of course is difficult to imagine anyone doing. I can't imagine doing it myself, but I can't judge anyone who does because I don't understand why they got to that point. Others who, of course, are just running amok and letting the base instincts they have take control over any common sense they have. Uh, Robbing, killing, treating people badly, pretending not to give a damn or just not giving a damn, doing the worst things that we can do because of all of the energy that we built up from being so uncertain about the world in which we live. Today, I want to encourage those who want a different outlook, who want to follow a different path, to take a different approach to how they're living. Yes, we don't have control. We never have, we never will. But what we do have is an opportunity to take what we are given to deal with and deal with it in a much more proficient and much more individually satisfying way, which is to, as opposed to fearing it, living into it. The experience of not knowing is not necessarily a bad thing. It actually can be so much more. So when you're up against uncertainty, learn to trust in the fact that there is the opportunity. Try to embrace the sense of joy that you have in moments and the sense of understanding that you gain when you have experiences that you didn't know how you'd survive, but you survived anyway. Enjoy the idea that you are becoming who you are intended to be and that the experiences that you have, even when they're on a global scale and impact you individually, are in place to teach you something, to help you grow, to help you become, to turn you into a person who understands the value their life holds, as opposed to thinking of themselves solely as someone who is impacted by the things that happens to them in life. When you think about it, the thing about uncertainty is that in a world where everything seems uncertain, and I understand that feeling right now, the other side of that experience is that where everything is uncertain, the beauty of this life is that that means anything is possible. So think of it in that way. Where there is uncertainty, there is possibility. It can go any way. Choose to try to make it go better than you happen to expect or you happen to fear. Experience will show us all that usually 100% of the worst things that have ever happened to us, we've survived. We're still here to tell the tale. We're still here to remember what it took to get through it and survive it. And you can do that too. But you've got to have the hope that uncertainty is not a condition from which you cannot escape, but an opportunity to live into the life that you want and aspire to for yourself. And that is your Poolproof Wisdom moment for today. Find my podcast, Poolproof Wisdom, on podcast platforms pretty much everywhere, including Anchor, Google, Apple, Audible, Overcast, a lot of them. You can also find my latest book, the third in the series, I Am My Own Cause. This one's titled, I Am My Own Cause, the third act, Surviving and Thriving. That is a possibility. And I want to encourage you today as well. Get up, get started, and see what happens. Life isn't happening to you. Life is happening because of you. Choose to make decisions that are going to ensure that life turns out more like you want it to be and less like you fear it will be. It's a possibility within your grasp. Have a good day, people. Take care.